Barry and Claire Winklebauer of New Now Life Coaching, and we are here today to talk about relationships.
Yeah.
That's a big subject, so we're just going to give you a little tidbit. Go ahead.
You know, the base of every relationship, the foundation is communication.
Communication is
every
very
relationship, every one of them. And today we want to talk about husbands and wives and communication. You know, there's a book.
Significant others.
There's a book out there. It says, men are from Mars and women are from Venus, meaning completely different planets. And somehow, some way, you're supposed to come together, live together, and survive life. Okay, major obstacles in our way. But communication, a lot of times, from the time something comes out of my mouth to Barry's ears, it can get all twisted up. And so one of the things with communication that we found over the years, if something's being said or perceived, okay, that's a big deal right there. Ask the person, are you really saying this? Or you can say to them, repeat back to me what you think I said. And that right there is a major saver of any relationship. Because if you're hearing something and you then make a judgment or you get offended or something hurts your feelings and you go off and you got this, again, fabricated thoughts process and negative thoughts are spinning out of control, all you have to do is say, am I hearing you correctly? Did you really say this? Is this, or can you repeat back to me what you think I said? And so you can easily implement that into your relationship and get clarity so that you don't have to go off and get all bent out of shape over something you thought they said when they really said something else.
Now, it does take time. And if you're always in a big hurry to go watch the game or watch a movie, it'll never happen. You've got to be able to sacrifice some things for your relationship with your significant other, with your spouse. You've got to be able to say, okay, yeah, the game's on, but this is more important. I'll get to it whenever I can because I need to know, did you say this, this, and this? Or did I misunderstand what you had just said to me 20 minutes ago? It takes time, and that's the key. Is your relationship, are your relationships worth the time? It's an investment.
And I just want to say this. You know, there are some ladies out there that are needing to have a relationship with your significant other, your husband, but choose the timing well.
That's true too.
Because if you know that there's a game coming or you know that something's happening and it's very important on both sides, if it's very important to your significant other, don't choose that time to bring up a massive argument or bring up some big thing.
No, that's right.
Really be sensitive to what is going on, because there are some times that you need to have a discussion and it's going to take several hours. If a game's coming on, it's probably not the right timing because then you're going to have more to talk about or it's going to be an explosive thing. So that's another topic for another day. But when it comes to communication, when you're hearing something that you don't quite understand, it's okay to say, is this what you're saying? Because I'm not really hearing what you're saying. Because my hormones and everything that makes me female is out of whack. And you're, from a male perspective, saying things into my life I'm not gelling with, I'm not understanding. So would you please make it clearer so that I can understand? Because I want the relationship to work, right? You want your relationship to work. So make everything and every effort directed at understanding how clear what they're saying is. And so that's, just take some time, but you can get there.
You're talking about communicational clarification is really what it is. Communicational clarification, where you can begin to understand one another on a whole nother level of speaking and listening, right? And it takes time and it takes work. And if you're one of those people that have been married 5, 10, 15, 20 years and you're still at a superficial level of communication, it's time to go deep now. It's time to learn how to swim in the deep waters, I call it. Clarificational communication is vital for your relationship to begin to go into the deep waters of a relationship where there's more than just, what did we do last night? It was fun, wasn't it? We sat and had a burger. Ha, ha, ha. That's all part of life, but if that's all there is to your relationship, there's got to be more.
So let's give an example. I've got an example I want to give to you.
Okay.
I feel, and that's always a good way to start a conversation, because you don't come in and say, you did this.
No, that doesn't work for
I
me.
feel that when I told you something was hurting me, you rolled your eyes at me. Did you do it?
What?
Did you roll your eyes? Do you feel that I'm
I did not
idiot?
roll my eyes. I had just come in from outside and some wind hit my eye in such a way I was trying to figure out, is there a rock in there, a pebble, a piece of straw? What was going on? That's what was happening.
So when I came to you...
This is role playing right now.
And I felt that you had been rude to me, and I was trying
Me?
I was trying to express to you that I felt you were rude to me, and it hurt my feelings. You rolled your eyes. With that, the eye rolling, you had something in your eye.
I had something in my
So let's talk about that now. You said something the other day that made me feel that you didn't...
Always say feel.
You didn't care for me. Okay. Could you clarify yourself better? I said that I wanted to be better at certain things, and you kind of made this statement that you made a statement that made me feel that I was not thinking it correctly. So, do you love me?
Yes, I love you.
Right, we go about all our things, all our conversations,
Yes.
and the bottom line is, I don't feel you love me.
That's right.
Do you love me?
Yes, I love you.
Okay. So, touch is
yes,
good.
I love you.
So, could you tell me that you love me?
I love you. I love you.
So you don't feel
You're
that
my
I'm
girl.
dumb?
I don't feel you're dumb.
You didn't roll your eyes at me?
No, I did not roll my eyes at you.
Okay.
I am sorry for that misunderstanding. It was just something in my eye, and so I apologize.
Because I've spent 3 days wondering, do you love me?
Wow.
Yeah, and that a lot of time
3
wasted.
days.
A lot of time wasted.
3 days.
So in communication, if as it's happening, things are still kind of raw or it's a little heated, maybe you need to take a step back. However, 3 days is a little too long to go wondering if your spouse or your significant other really love you. So maybe you need to bring it up a little sooner. Maybe you need to say, I feel this way. Is this what's going on? Could you please repeat back to me what I think I've heard? What is it that you're saying? Bottom line is, do you love me?
Yes.
Okay.
We call it taking out the trash, right? If we allow this to go 3, 4, 5 days, it becomes stinky. I'm not calling you trash or me trash or you trash. I'm not saying that. But the situation, if we don't deal with it, it becomes rather almost too difficult to deal with, right? I mean, if I take the trash out every day, throw it in the bin outside, pretty easy. But if I don't take the trash out for a month,
yeah,
I've got a problem. It festers, you might have mold, the smell. Now it's work. So if we deal with these things quickly, it's much easier to not only deal with them, but to have a healthy relationship.
And a lot of it's perspective, majority of it's perspective. I'm hearing and perceiving one thing. You're saying and perceiving another. Our wires are getting crossed. How can we uncross those wires so things can flow smoothly? Okay, that was a made up scenario, but I was saying...
It was?
You said something. I felt like you didn't care for me. You rolled your eyes at the same time. Do you love me? Okay, bottom line, do you love me? Of course he loves me. He had something in his eye, and what was said could have been said maybe a clearer way. And so instead of festering it for me for 3 days, I could have just said, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm feeling. Could you be clearer on that situation for me?
That's right.
It can stop a whole vast thing of separation if it gets nipped in the bud quick. Communication.
Communication.